point platform. TTP-TV. Oh yeah. Unale with pledge, with love and loyalty. To we sweet, sweet mama salute. Now we all come together as one. For tomorrow, now we go make salute.
Family, welcome back to yet another very important segment where they can through the Talking Point platform. And also, plenty of thousands of people or millions of people across the world where both Sierra Leoneans and non-Sierra Leoneans and they wait for these much anticipated 40% election results where they will combine with the 60% where Mohamed Kone yesterday released, where will tell me whether the person will go emerge as the next president of Sierra Leone don't get 55%. Just for remind you, say now 55% will they look for according to the constitution, and that perhaps today we go know whether there will be a runoff or a non-runoff. Now they're all subject to the certification and announcement of Mohamed Kone. But a lot of people don't question how Mohamed Kone even reached to this 60%. So now we link up with AYV, Mohamed Masakoy. I think it help for answer this question where a lot of people don't they ask. Now we count Antona, Leona listen a quick one. Now we link up with AYV. Now you waiting eager for say. All right, fam, we just try for load up. We try for link up Fambulan. Load just patience a little bit more. It try for load up. Because that's now one of the bone of contention. A lot of people on the ask how Mohamed Kone arrived at 60%. How? All right, so family, we just maybe we need for do a small backup here and see which actually they cause the delay. All right.
West Africa, now we're the third most peaceful.
All right.
Achieved. So you being, the speaker, director of external exactly. Kindly take us through, take us through the whole methodology. What can be used for achieve the 60%?
Yes, thank you very much. Basically, the commission gets the authority for not only manage the elections but also for report on the outcome, in this case, the results. And we only limit them to presidential because that's the one where everybody wants to make clear of the three. The commission look at all 16 electoral districts and measure out that at 60% of the polling stations, we are talking about 11,832 polling stations. So 60% about that is slightly over 7,000 polling station results where the commission don't go through and don't try for bring out. And the percentage where the commission use, it is only for the polling stations that's processed. The commission
for all the polling stations.
Yes, 60% of
60,
yes, nationwide. Each district,
just for clarifying,
1 to district 16.
Okay.
In our database, Kailan is district 1. Then Western area, urban is district 16. So right across the board, it is 60% of the polling station results. This misunderstanding is about how many people register. It is 3.3 million plus people registered. Some people feel saying that 60% of that. Registration is one aspect. Those who actually came out to vote is another level. So we are not going to have 3.3 million plus people because naturally some people may have died, Not to everybody may vote, and some are not even the incount may be registered. But of the valid vote simply means even we will vote. You get to put aside again void vote. So it is 60% of the valid vote where we will come out and vote. It is only when we have completed the process we'll be able to know the percentage of voter turnout. So it is from the percentage of voter turnout, then even within that percentage, we look at valid vote cast. We remove from the invalid. Then it is from that we apportion out to the respective candidates there. And the commission is now apportioning based on results polled. Would I don't get this? Would I don't get that? Would I don't get that? Because it is only when we have 100% of the stations, then the commission now will use that opportunity to make we begin apportion percentages. But for now, no, because it might vary. If we not get 100% of the stations entered into the tally system, we cannot have 100% of the valid votes for sure among the candidates.
Yeah, there has been a issue concerning with the projection of the result there. The main opposition within the APC still they emphasize that these results were not projected, and then there also be the raised concern that they were not involved in throughout the whole process and all, even though it's just make them very clear that at the Tally Center they had 2 representatives, and even with we colleague Matia, we actually interviewed somebody, the person said instead of even 2 representatives from the main opposition, other party, them it ended up become 3, but then we get to understand, say, okay, it's for security reasons, it's okay to go about it. The projection is still an issue. One for no waiting, why make ECSL hesitate for do the projection?
Projection is not in law. It is just a tool. We have to understand that.
Okay.
Waiting in our law is we have to tally election results. And because we are using technology, the results they come. Waiting important is that at polling station level, that the results come. Meaning, after we've been on vote done on Saturday, the presiding officer counted the votes, record all the votes, would I get whatever. The presiding officer sign and stamp, the party agents themselves sign, stamp. A copy of that, and go at the tally center. The political parties also have their own copies. That is the result we are tallying. We know the tally, not for blackboard, where they come and go line, everybody will see. We are using technology. They are saying, let us project. But again, for make people understand, when we will conduct by-elections, we will only get one set of tally. When we say one set, we do double blind entry, meaning you get the first person where they enter the results, because each result is entered twice. Then blindly, somebody else way you don't know, they enter the same result, just for minimize or reduce almost to zero the issue of errors and all that thing. From the 2 blind entry, it goes to archiving. From archiving, if there is any issue, you go to review. That's the system, the structure. But now we are using multiple. So the question is, which one are we going to project? If we say this is one set, we get about 8 sets of inputting. Which one are we going to project? The project only can tell you, say, because when we do by election, there be one set. So we project them, everybody will see them. But we are doing national. And which one are we going to? Whether we deal with this group, or we deal with this set of people, or this set of people. So we get so many, because the tally center is run on a 24-hour basis. We get scores of staff, they go all over the place to do their job. And that's the reason, these are some of the questions. So whether we project them or not, that is outside of the issue. It is not in law, it's just a tool. And we make them clear to them, see, they rest assured before the certification. That's the reason why when chair they give these updates, they make them clear, say, are they give me partial? Nobody no win it. Because when we don't complete the process, the district returning officer therefore certify, the regional returning officer, then it reaches to the national returning officer. When the chairman they make that pronouncement, that is the certified result. And when we talk about certified results, not to waiting party want. Certified results simply means the result that was certified at polling station level. We don't go through the tally center, don't go through all of the stages here, don't reach to the chairman, where we don't check everything as it is. Then that is the certified result. Whether you see them, you not see them, of course we'll make available copies. at that level for make them see. But to say we want to be part of the process, the law says.
But any concern become like, because I remember yesterday in the interview with Laman about the commissioner, they make clearly foresee they were part of the whole tally process. And if by chance they get any concern, then raise them up, then go even allow the commission to even go through for what through the system. Was there any concern during the tally process raised by them where ECS are not looking to?
Basically, the concern we want to be part of it. For example, even when there's somewhere there is a glass in between, someone say, no, one go beyond the glass. But the glass itself is transparent. If are there at the sea, any way you do at the sea, but some people say, no, we don't want that. Not of say like it's an opaque glass, dark, no, the glass is transparent. Someone say, no, I want to go around. But mind you, if one party go, another they can. They'll be talking about 13 people going to sit around someone who is inputting. So you are creating a room for confusion just because somebody wants to. You know, we've always told the political parties, respect the process. And you have channels. But if you say you want to participate, no political party gets rights and authority or participate in the process. You observe the process. So you have to trust the process. Whether you like it or not, you appreciate it or not, it is the ECSL that would have to do the process.
With the area of trusting the process, you know, Sierra Leoneans are anxiously waiting to hear the final results, you know, will be done by the ECSL commissioner. Yesterday, we didn't get an interview with him there, so we colleague Ahmad Lamanaba been Toxi within 48 hours, he will make an announcement of the results. So yesterday again, it is 60% partial of the presidential, you know, results. Now reports on the go say we will get the final results today. Is that something we should go by?
Oh yes. The chairman say within 48 hours. Then in law, when you say within 48 hours, it can even happen immediately after, not later than 48. And it is almost 24 hours since, probably even past when chairman may make that pronouncement. And immediately after, like 3-4 hours, chairman may for read out 60%. Waiting left now, not as much as waiting if they don't already don't give out. So let's just be hopeful that any moment from now, at any time, Miss SF not get the time, but again for the within the 48 hours, it can happen at 12, 1, 2. It is left with the chairman and waiting to happen at the.
So how the commission on the deal, you know, with some of them concerns them where they come from the opposition party, where they don't reject the 60% results and talks they're not satisfied with the process.
Whatever concerns with any institution that, whether political party or observer, of course, they have rights to concerns, whatever. But we, from the ECSL angle, we look at it from 3 perspectives. 1, is it legal? 2, is it practicable? 3, is it reasonable? The legality is, if now we want job for do, you want do for me. It is not legal. Now me for do and for Didi. Then the issue of transparency. If we don't put glass, we are in. You way to you know you want to go there. It is not practicable. Then the reasonability is, does it really make sense? For say I want to do this, because at the end of the day, if we allow one party to do, we are going to give chance to the other party. Besides, it seems so many people don't overuse this word in transparency, but they are failing to understand another principle of independence. Because if they tell me say that what you want now for do, then you are infringing on that other principle of independence. And let people understand that, not so because you see you want this and not do, meaning which are not transparent. If in your transparency seeking for us to be transparent, you are also infringing on the independence of the Electoral Commission. So you are breaching, promoting one principle, you are breaching another. Let me do your job.
Albert, so that quickly ask this question. You know, the concerns we get from the opposition party is about the issue of not being involved. We know, say, some of them tallying there, then one at the in the regional tallying centers. Them, how involved are the political parties?
It seems we are also overusing the word involved. If you did it, you see the tally, you say you are not involved. Involved means in presence. Your presence did it. You are involved. But if you are for hands-on, that is not your responsibility, because they want to help you. They want to help you for
so you think not the case standing?
For example, the tally they happen just within few meters from us. You didn't you say no, we don't want this glass. We want to put it beyond the glass. Or you want to be physically involved. if we've been doing Italy, we say make all man come on and go. That's a different matter. But if you can't, and besides, as I mentioned earlier, also blackboard with Italy, you see the result. I mean, the chalk mark.
Yeah.
Now, input together for input and into, unless people want transparent in computer, as with the input, you see the computer. But as I mentioned, let them just be patient with us. You know, the parties can ask for so much, we're not reasonable. They can ask for so much. Everything will enter into tally system. Like results we will only political parties. Let them just be patient, which then will come with them to check.
So you're actually informed before even through this whole announcement thing, all the parties them that I need to type or say.
Well, make them just be patient, all political parties.
No, okay.
We have various checks. The term will come with the certification and therefore check all of them. Let them be, you know, we just want to appeal to them. They are asking for so much. Is it a law? That is one. Is it practicable? And above all, is it reasonable? There are certain things we just tell and say it's not.
Well, so for the 40%, remaining 40%, and all people and go on for know when the other results, such as the parliamentary council and all will be announced as well. One for expect and there as well.
Well, immediately after, you know, the entire country
presidential, of course. But other people are going to mayor and all these things, and especially the mayor side.
Yes,
there's some tension there.
Every station of the 11,000 plus station gets presidential results. But for the mayor, chairpersons, MP, that will be handled at regional level. Immediately we end the presidential, the focus will go.
Is there a time frame? You forgive me time frame as to when for expecting.
In the first place, well, there comes in the issue of legality. The law not give time frame for announced results.
Okay.
But reasonably, as a professional organization, if we are taking like 3 days now, we don't get 60%. Because since we started, in fact, 2 days, within 48 hours, we don't get 60%. So based upon what we do, because though there are more elections, because this is just presidential, now we shall be dealing with mayor, chairpersons, councillors, and MPs. Within a week, reasonably, the commission can practically, the commission will go through all of them things.
Okay. Quickly, as we for wrap up, as a commission, how satisfied are you guys, with the entire turnout of the electionary process?
Yes, if I can start with voter turnout, it's really great. Well, we are yet to get the final, but voter turnout is great. Mrs. F feel good about that. But more importantly, this is the election in the 4 cycles we, as an individual, have done witness. This election was 100% manned by Sierra Leoneans. Back in history, in 2007, we get a lot of expatriates, then in the way UNAM seal, Union seal, helicopter moving all over the place with ballot boxes. But this one now, these are Sierra Leoneans, over 92,000 Sierra Leoneans. We coach them, we train them. These are brothers, our sisters. No foreigner not participate in this electoral process. We have our challenges, yes, but for the fact that this is the first time 100% Sierra Leonean led electoral process, I mean, we appreciate yourself with that.
Okay, plenty thank you. We take time for Dr. Ugo Famble, that na Albert Masakoy, Director of External Relations, na the Ecsl. We'll go for a short break, but when we come back, we will get our summary na the executive for the Independence Commission for Peace and National Cohesion.
All right, so Famble, that was Masakoy. That was Masakoy, where they break down the reason how they're able to get 60% of the results. So we'll continue for monitor, yeah. We probably perhaps today we go get the remaining 40% from what you'd understand, because we just want to put this thing behind we back and move on, because it has been very tough and tense for a lot of Sierra Leoneans there. We just want to move along as a Sierra Leone, as a country, but we also continue for remind Mohamed Kone and Ecsl, say the people in the watch, Sierra Leoneans are watching, because the fact remains, say we only get 1 green day for make a decision on decision on every 5 years. 1 green in our game. Every 5 years, the people of Salon get only 1 decision for go cast and ballot. It got so painful, it got so unpatriotic for let perhaps you get some unpatriotic or some unscrupulous people that we go just want steal or snatch away that right way the ordinary Sierra Leonean then gets. We not get even the moment they don't declare, whoever they declare president or whatever, it's over for us. Whatever bill and get for personal parliament, whatever executive order the president get for sign, Sierra Leoneans, they will not be consulted. They will not be consulted further. Okay, so then go say maybe civil society, then go consult you through civil society. But over the years, we don't see the role of civil society don't become diminished in the sense. So this now the time this no more where I feel say we therefore give it our respect, the minimum respect, because at the end of the day, now we fund the government. Now we fund the government, the ordinary people, the Sierra Leoneans, both home and abroad. In fact, the money will abroad people in the sense of combine all the money will they come out, we meant remittance will they send, combine, it boku pass all the aid they get. IMF now, World Bank now, EU combine, the remittance where people are abroad they sell, it boku passa. So you see, say like we all get stakes. So it's not only about people living in Sierra Leone. This is about a nation. It's about people living in and out of Sierra Leone. The diaspora are also concerned about this election. We are deeply, deeply concerned. We want the right thing to happen, and we are calling. And we don't see Masala Samba. They say, and if you listen to words, it is technically like it tell Mohamed Kone say you need for. It pray, he said they hope and pray, say the tally what he then gets, Naim Mohamed Kone go sign up with, Naim Mohamed Kone go read. He said, but if you don't do so, then go certify the results. In other words, then go pull your result where they don't collect. But however, you get for be mindful and understand, see, not only NEC gets the constitutional rights for for release results. So that make the power of the commissioner is very, very high. Now, even if all the observers then come, all the observers then count different figures, we moral guarantors, international community. At the end of the day, any result where Mohamed Kone release not get for be challenged by the observers there. Then go put them comments, of course, then go put a recommendation, but Mohamed Kone ain't get the same. Believe me or not, anything what Mohamed Kone puts under, the observer are not get for say this now, they're not get to unless perhaps ECOWAS intervene, then she say yes, maybe it's until this election or this result, reflect what they don't gather, maybe then put a pressure. Now that you go see probably the EU, the US, and other words, then go put more. But if Mohamed Kone just announce waiting he want announce or waiting him say na the valid and final vote, believe me, no international community go talk anything because they use diplomacy. Their role clearly they don't expel, they don't spell and for we say they know they can for can interfere. What they can do for can support the people of Sierra Leone and make sure say we get a free, fair, transparent election. So the people of Sierra Leone they can support, they can support the people of Sierra Leone. So if they can support people, if the people are not act, they not do nothing. What you go do? Me a supporter, the one that we get them team, for example, I'll put her in the football form because say we like football. Me an ordinary supporter. What about the board? The board now, the football board, the team management, the one that we're responsible for say the team then play well. If they don't talk nothing, the coach don't talk nothing, the assistant coach or the technical team, they not pull word. We the supporter, sometimes we go just vex or we go just cry or we just wait self, we go back now we host. But if we see say yes indeed, the team or the loss of the captain, the managers, everybody they would say they see the momentum where they come up from the support side. Say yes, this is agree on and no agree or tacit support technically. So let people avoid that of the international community. The international community they look the momentum of the people. If the momentum of the people is low in fighting for themselves or standing up for anything, then definitely they're not got nothing for talk on that. But again, we don't remind Mohamed Kone thousands and thousands of times. We could continue for do so. Say, Salon, now now this continue we get. Salon, regardless of who side in the world, now this one again country we get. Please, Mohamed Kone, do this for the sake of the country, not for the sake of a political party, not for the sake of an individual. Learn and not quote you in history. Posterity say this now one of the person were responsible for any mishap or any anarchy in the country. We debate Mohamed Kone. Apart, let me just start with some of the accusation again where APC still would say, because it seems as if all of these days they're not tired with accusation upon accusation where perhaps are they right. Why I say perhaps are they right and are they right? Because from the one they know they question the fairness and transparency of this particular body. Now listen to this one they just sent out today when Ahmed Sise, Lord we see about for we time for we people made them listen. What Ahmed Sise look say the vaccine. In fact, then they say that almost rigged the election in favor of SLPP. Lord we try for come up with this clip. Lord and listen to what Ahmed Sise get for say.
That is deceitful, that is dangerous, and that has breached every protocol and every trust we hold for you guys. As we speak here, you have forwarded results that are uncertified. You failed to project the results. I told you you have a systematic plan to rig this election. It will not happen under our watch, and I'm going to report that to the superior. We're going to halt this process in the meantime, because there's no point of us being here when you guys have another plan to rig this election. You forwarded 30% of this center to Freetown. When you promised us that you give us copy, we have read, we placed all our people ready for audit. You stood here yesterday. You promised. These people can attest to that. You promised that before you go public and certify, you give us the result. We are insisting on projecting the results for this reason. Had these results been projected yesterday, together we will verify as we go along. So even if we decide to retransmit part of that result, it will be okay for us. And now yet still, we went ahead and submitted 30% of this one. A portion of this result we submitted, and you withhold the rest, so you can give favor to the incumbent. You're doing this so you can spark chaos in this country. I will tell our people tonight.
That's why people drove us for us to go for 1 hour so that you can do what you feel like doing.
Majority of the results, because we are leading. You pour in all the results from the southeast. You take.
All right, so Fambul, that was Ahmed Sise, where they accuse the NEC. Then they accuse them directly, say them don't deliberately the results where they announced yesterday, according to them. This now result were no certified, and that then do for favor the incumbent where na President Julius Maada Bio. Let's just see if I go put the full clip again one more time. Let people listen. Waiting now you take on this, because as it is now, we get some. It seems as if the APC don't the vex, and in fact they're not even then at the Italian self again, because for them now waste of time, because they not follow the due process within the agreed on. All right, let's try for put alone and listen and carefully again. I think that we put on phone alone and listen. Because like the thing they say is we just need for Leo be leaders and behave more responsible, and because no election, no election, no they will what the life of any Sierra Leonean. No election, no they. I repeat, no election, no they will what the life of any Sierra Leoneans. I see we see some ash videos there where they come out where they see people in a lost in life, where I mean It's not just worth it. It's not power. It come and go. We as a country, as a people, we need for get these traits. Anybody who for be or they can emerge as a leader, as a president of the country, you can never succeed in ruling, in governing peacefully if you get a divided nation. You can never succeed in rolling out your agenda if the country is divided. But anyway, Lord, we take this first again. Lord, listen one more time, then will they come back?
That you will avail to us a copy of the results in the glaring case of observers here present, and yet you forwarded 30% of the results from the center to the Electoral Commissioner to be announced. That is deceitful, that is dangerous, and that has breached every protocol and every trust we hold for you guys. As we speak here, you have forwarded results that are uncertified. You failed to project the results. I told you you have a systematic plan to rig this election. It will not happen under our watch, and I'm going to report that to the superior. We're going to halt this process in the meantime, because there's no point of us being here when you guys have another plan to rig this election. You forwarded 30% of this center to Freetown. When you promised us that you give us copy, we have ready, placed all our people ready for audit. You stood here yesterday. You promised. These people can attest to that. You promised that before you go public and certify, you'll give us the result. We are insisting on projecting the results for this reason. Had these results been projected yesterday, together we'll verify as we go along. So even if we decide to retransmit part of that result, it will be okay for us. And now yet still, you went ahead and submitted 30% of this one. A portion of this result you submitted, and you withhold the rest, so you can give favor to the incumbent. You're doing this so you can spark chaos in this country. I will tell our people to lie.
That's why people drove us for us to go for 1 hour so that you can do what you feel like doing.
Majority of the results, because we are leading. You pour in all the results from the southeast. You retain almost 70% of these results. You transmitted 30%, so you can give advantage to the incumbent. We think we are stupid. Our system is fine. Observers here present and neutral election bodies have indicated that our candidate is clearly on the list. You find out shortly. You find out, but it's just the deceit of it and the disappointment. We restored and bestowed confidence in you. You stood here, Mr. Commissioner. You promised us that we are going to certify.
All right, so Fambule, that was Ahmed Sise. As soon as I don't see where it vex, according to Ahmed Sise, then they left the Thalys, they accommodate, because for them now waste of time. It seems as if they already, according to already rigged the election in favor of SLPP, and because what you all agree on projecting the results, certifying the results, give them a copy, neck not full, and then just go ahead and take up a decision and announce 60% of the results. Where currently President Julius Maada Bio seems to be leading. So we don't know the next 40% are Igutanlek. So if these allegations are true, if this allegation, I'll make a repeater, if these allegations are true, I think this is the highest level of deceit and highest level of unpatriotic, and I feel say posterity go judge, and Sierra Leoneans and not go forgive that person or then group of people, and they we snatch the only chance we then get for make the right decision. We want for let the will of the people reflect, because this is the essence of us having democracy in the first place. Yes. Why we for even go into an election where we not get opportunity for where we opinion, I mean sorry, we vote not get for reflect, we wish it's not get for reflect the outcome of it. What is the point? So I think maybe if these allegations are the repeater, if these allegations are true, not just forget about democracy, not just forget about that. Because according to what I understand, the government of Salone spent more than $90 million in this election. And largely enough, this particular election is funded by the Sierra Leone government. Largely enough. A bulk of the money na Salon government provider. So why Salon government they spend $90 million where technically there is already a passive winner or somebody where they don't carve for be the winner? Why would not go take that $90 million there? We channel it into development strides. We forget because it not just makes sense. It not just makes sense. Why for West? Because for me now West, we're not deceit. Why for West $90 million when we already don't know, or now they not already know so that this person I get for Guy, G would say, what is the point now? Wasting time, wasting people's resources, wasting people time, wasting people sleep. It's just confusing. Why would they even need? Don't we just forget about democracy? Don't just forget. Don't look up. Look, because there are different system of government where we go capitalize on. Look on perhaps what in best work for we. If not autocratic or dictatorial, communism, we aren't going to socialist. It depends. No, we just go into that. Don't forget about this. $90 million Iboku. $90 million Iboku. $90 million Iboku. So why? What's the point? We still get challenges in the country. There are people who they go without electricity. Freetown, Bo Kenema, not to the normal light for tap, light for day all over the country. Yes, light every to the last village. To the last village, people where they live, whether not Sierra Leone, not to Sierra Leone, as long as you are in Sierra Leone, within the geographical realm, we forget lights for the day. So $90 million will help a lot. Light $90 million will help facilitate drinking clean pipe-borne water. Still, as we talk, people in there where they drink dirty water, and then village and then turn them. And waterborne disease now one of the leading causes of death in them villages in them big town there. But we say pipe-borne water no day. Yes. Yeah, waterborne disease because people now well water they don't use and well water not to the best. In other words, hygienic. Sometimes you get some tumble them jams there, you get dirty. It's too much. Where you go to them villages, see the water with people in the drink, you they cry for yourself. So the point how they make here is, why will not go take them money there? Or go put on, we help solve people in problem. But if we they say they do democracy, we they go into democracy, we they spend $90 million. If we put our money there in Leones, now boku billion, now trillions, not 2 billion, now trillions. Now trillions they go into. Now it will make a huge difference. So not just forget about democracy. If these allegations are true, where APC they talk so, they are true. And Masala Semba say, in go release, then your own results we then get. And if you listen to yesterday, he said in the hope and pray, make Ecsl do the right thing. Make Ecsl do the right thing by announcing what they get. So we don't know. So all of this, it's too early for say anything, whether NEC, the accusation are true, not true. But what we would just say, let the will of the people reflect the final outcome of the result. And we hope, say, we will get the reality at the end of the day. So maybe after today, where Mohamed Konegoda announced the next 40%, maybe what he new we say. The National Election Watch, will comprise of international and local observers, over 40 of them, then get their own statements, then we can announce then your own findings, waiting and get. So now we see if them two results are the collect, if them two their match. Now that we will wait and see, and from there we'll ask more questions, and we would probably ask for more clarity on why discrepancy. If there is any discrepancy, we'll therefore ask why the difference on this, and I think perhaps another end they will wait for. So we hope and pray that today election, the results so they will announce, it will be a final result. They're not going for till we get another 20%, 30%, and now we just move on as a country. We go tap here while to the follow up the press conference we get for Komon. We understand say today perhaps then we'll finally announce the 40% result. So we will monitor this. We will come back. We'll come end the show now. We go put another flyer. So just check beginning, or you'll get the notification. We go help you for you will join with. So perhaps let we link. Let we see what they are pin. I think we still go put okay, I think there's a need for we go now Radisson Blue. Ami Okoyana, let see what's in the app in there. Let link with AYV. I think we get something very important for this.
24th elections, and we've covered the press conference held by the joint press conference by the AU, ECOWAS, and Commonwealth, and also we covered that of the European Union observer missions, elections observer missions yesterday. And today, here with me, I have one of the observers from the Commonwealth group who is here to talk a bit about the Commonwealth and also its preliminary statement from the June 24th elections. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. I'm Linford Andrews. I'm actually head of the staff support team to the Commonwealth Observer Group and head of the electoral support section at the Commonwealth Secretariat in London.
Okay. So briefly tell us a bit about the Commonwealth Observers Group.
Yes, the Observer Group, it's 12 eminent persons and it's led by the former Vice President of Nigeria, His Excellency Professor Yemi Osinbajo. The group arrived in Sierra Leone on the 17th of June, and they are due to remain here up till the 30th. In terms of the composition of the group, we have experts drawn from various sectors. We've got election management body professionals, we've got politicians, we've got legal experts, human rights experts, all part and parcel of the composition of the group. And the group, as I said, they've been here since the 17th. The mission has been taking place in 3 phases. The first phase, they spent the first few days undergoing a series of briefings, meeting with various stakeholders, the Electoral Commission, political parties, civil society, the diplomatic community, and other observers here, including international and citizen observers. They then deployed around the country on the 22nd of June, prior to Election Day. They, of course, observed Election Day in various locations, main urban centers in other provinces of Sierra Leone, and they returned to Freetown on the 25th. So currently, as we speak, the observers are in process of drafting their report.
Okay. So what have been the findings before the elections, during the elections, and now post-elections? What are some of the findings?
Yes, as the chairperson mentioned in the interim statement yesterday, firstly to say they commended the Electoral Commission for conducting an election in a largely peaceful manner. Voters turned out in large numbers. There was evidence of large numbers of women and youth on election day. There were some logistical challenges. Of course, they noted one of the major ones was the late opening of polling stations in various locations. They will make some recommendations in their final report on how some of these logistical challenges can be overcome. In terms of the preparations for the elections, they did point out some areas where there may need to be some improvements, and they will also offer some recommendations, including issues surrounding communication, the training of polling staff, and also looking at some gaps in the levels of transparency that were evident.
Okay, so with regards to the preliminary findings, what are some of the recommendations that have been put forward?
Yes, thank you very much. In terms of logistics, just to mention first, one of the strong recommendations is by the Commonwealth Observer Group is for the for the Electoral Commission to conduct a post-election review after the election, and also to consider appropriate domestic mechanisms that should be put in place in order to take up some of the recommendations proposed by observers. They also looked at some of the positive features, for example, the legal framework. They acknowledged the fact that the Public Elections Act had been amended and some other pieces of legislation had been introduced, including, very importantly, to enhance women's participation in the electoral process, the Gender Equality and Women's Empowerment Act. This was a very positive feature. They will make some recommendations on how this can be taken up and implemented more fully. They've also looked very closely in terms of the infrastructural arrangements, for example, catering for persons with disabilities, while they noted, for example, that priority voting was accorded to, for example, persons with disabilities, pregnant women, lactating mothers, etc. They did note that there are some infrastructural challenges, so they will be making some recommendations along that front. In terms of campaign and media, on the media side, they acknowledge that the media operated freely, but they did note that there were issues surrounding misinformation and disinformation on social media. This isn't an issue. It's not unique to Sierra Leone, I should say. Many elections, this is now becoming more and more of a feature. So there will be some recommendations on how to look at this and how to address it. Also, having taken into account the very good efforts being made by iVerify, the fact-checking organization, as well as the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists and their efforts in trying to counter this.
Okay, so now after the preliminary statements, what's next?
So the observers, as I said, are currently compiling their reports. They will depart on the 30th of June. The report will then get finalized in consultation with the observers in the few weeks. We hope it will be ready for public dissemination within 2 or 3 months. The report will then get shared by the Commonwealth Secretary General with stakeholders. It will be sent to the government, to the Electoral Commission, political parties, and thereafter it will be made public. Once the report becomes public, from the Commonwealth Secretariat perspective, we then engage appropriately, in this case with the Electoral Commission, in looking at the key recommendations made and to see how the Commonwealth Secretariat, other Commonwealth bodies and other organizations can offer appropriate support to Sierra Leone. And I should mention, in terms of our methodology, we have a whole of election cycle approach. So the election observation itself is a means to an end. The technical assistance that we could potentially offer is very important because we would like to see aspirationally that some of the recommendations are taken up positively with a view to improving the democratic processes prior to the next elections in the cycle.
Okay. So now, as we await, Sierra Leoneans are awaiting the final results, the announcement of the final results in the June 24th elections that has just been conducted. What do you have to say with regards peace in Sierra Leone?
Well, just to echo what the chairperson has said, and indeed what all other international observer missions have said, it's important that all Sierra Leoneans exercise patience, calm, and restraint, and allow the Electoral Commission the time and the space to fulfill its duties and its obligations as the constitutionally mandated body to announce the final results. That is an important message which the chairperson of the observer group has stated, and other international observer missions, as well as local citizens, local citizen observer groups and other key organizations have also been echoing that message.
Okay. And there was also the mention of the observance of young people, women included during the voting process and all. How important is it that young people should actually be involved in processes?
Yes, very. I mean, participation, inclusion in electoral processes is very much a feature of what we are aspirationally trying to help our member countries improve on. You're looking at women, youth, persons with disabilities, other marginalized groups. And it is important that youth in the Commonwealth, they represent more than 60% of the population across our 56 member countries. This is, of course, also to mention a special year for us. It's the 50th anniversary of the Commonwealth Youth Program. So in particular, we are focusing more intently on young people and how we can support them. So very much so, we would actively encourage young people to take part in the democratic process. The future of any country lies in young people's hands. They are the future leaders of any country. So I think it's vitally important.
Okay, and lastly, what's the future with the Commonwealth for Sierra Leone?
The Commonwealth has been supporting Sierra Leone ever since its independence. You may be aware that after the Civil War, the end of the Civil War, the Commonwealth was part of the community that provided a package of support, capacity building to various sectors in Sierra Leone. We've supported Sierra Leone, for example, on the election management front by providing technical expertise for previous elections, and we will continue to do so. The Commonwealth adds again to echo the chairperson of the Commonwealth Observer Group's message. He has said that the Commonwealth has an abiding interest in supporting Sierra Leone. So we look forward to engaging on those recommendations that are going to be in the final report, and we look forward to the next election cycle.
And finally, your last message to Sierra Leoneans.
This is to say, it's been an honor, I think, for all of us. And I'm sure I speak on behalf of the observers and as well as the support team to be in Sierra Leone once again. And just to echo the message that this is a wonderful country. We want to see, peace and stability prevail. So much has been achieved in Sierra Leone, and we look forward to being of support in the future.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
So we've been speaking to Linford Andrews, the advisor and head for the Electoral Support, Governance and Peace Directorate from the Commonwealth Secretariat. And of course, he's also taken us through the preliminary statements and findings from the Commonwealth. And we are going to join the other studio at Bintumani for more coverage.
Attention, attention. Are you hungry for the latest insights on politics and good governance issues from the motherland, Sierra Leone? Look no further than Talking Points, your go-to platform for engaging discussions. Subscribe today and let your voice surge. Talking Points is where smart minds come alive. Subscribe now.
With Talking Points platform, you can dive into thought-provoking discussions, connect with like-minded individuals, and broaden your horizons. Be among the first to know the latest happenings in Sierra Leone. Join us today, subscribe on YouTube, TPP Leone. Like our page on Facebook at Talking Points platform. It's your voice, you are in control. We believe in you. Subscribe now. Like our page. We love you.
In Leones, it's a zero transfer. For those of you who would want to collect in dollars, it's the lowest transfer fee ever. Enjoy the best exchange rate with transfer fee. More exciting is that you can receive in cash from any of the Ishmael FX pickup points across the country or their head office at 34 Regent Road, People's Pharmacy Building. You can also receive your remittances through mobile wallet and your bank accounts. TransferPay is fast, reliable, and user-friendly. To enjoy all the goodies, register now on www.transferpay.co.uk or download the app on Google Play Store and App Store.
Unpleasant odors from failed septic pits and soakaways can constitute health hazards and environmental pollution. But guess what? Heritage Limited, in collaboration with Freetown City Council, offers suitable customized solutions for efficient and hygienic management of all septic concerns at affordable rates. We have
All right, so we will monitor. We will come back. We will come back as soon as possible. Today will be a very busy day for we. We hope for there throughout the day. We go the check and see as soon as Mohamed Connect jump on the mic, we definitely will inform on back say Mohamed Connect on Kaya will put on live for the final result, the much awaited result. So please take Luna Talking Point platform and with all the action kindly wanna continue for appreciate. We really appreciate the Facebook community. These days they have been doing fantastic, and then just the chess we YouTubers, YouTube fans, we family on YouTube. You know, YouTube family, they're awesome. They're fantastic. They have been there for us, and every blessed day they are there at least to watch because they know the content they would put now something way factual, and we already try for be a balanced medium. In this medium, they always try for make a balanced reporting because at the end of the day, we stand for one thing, salon. We partina and salon. We just want to let the right thing happen. So please, Facebook, gonna continue for help we for like and follow we on Facebook. People and know they watch, they know they follow, but please consider for follow we on Facebook and like the page as well. On YouTube, also do the like and like the page and like the show, the particular program or the play. So as well as subscribe. You subscribe not free and just click on the notification bell. So whenever we come back, you no go miss anything online. So we'll stop here. We'll come back and inform you now. We'll go put the flyer anyway. We're not going to know when Mohamed Konede make the final result. Until then, we'll not bye-bye for now. We'll come.
Attention, attention. Are you hungry for the latest insights on politics and good governance issues from the motherland, Sierra Leone? Look no further than Talking Points, your go-to platform for engaging discussions. Subscribe today and let your voice surge. Talking Points is where smart minds come alive. Subscribe now.
With Talking Points platform. With Talking Points platform, you can dive into thought-provoking discussions, connect with like-minded individuals, and broaden your horizons. Be among the first to know the latest happenings in Sierra Leone. Join us today, subscribe, on YouTube, TPP Leone. Like our page, on Facebook, at Talking Points platform. It's your voice, you are in control. We believe in you. Subscribe now. Like our page. We love you.
Attention, attention. Are you hungry for the latest insights on politics and good governance issues from the motherland, Sierra Leone? Look no further than Talking Points, your go-to platform for engaging discussions. Subscribe today and let your voice surge. Talking Points is where smart minds come alive. Subscribe now.
With talking With Talking Points platform, you can dive into thought-provoking discussions, connect with like-minded individuals, and broaden your horizons. Be among the first to know the latest happenings in Sierra Leone. Join us today, subscribe, on YouTube, TPP Leone. Like our page, on Facebook, at Talking Points platform. It's your voice, you are in control. We believe in you. Subscribe now. Like our page. We love you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Talking Point platform. TTPTV. Oh yeah. Unale we pledge with love and loyalty to we sweet, sweet mama salute. Now we all come together as one. For tomorrow, now we go make salute. Talking Point platform. For news every day, now we can't salute. For education, entertainment, political affairs, TV. We got enough Tanga one inside Sierra Leone, like a big quantity. We breeze not a shit, TV. Talking Point platform. For news every day, now we can't salute. For education, entertainment, political affairs, TV. We got enough Tanga one inside Sierra Leone, like a big quantity. We breeze not a shit, TV. Oh yeah. Talking Point platform. TTPTV. Oh yeah. Unale we pledge with love and loyalty to we sweet, sweet mama salute. Now we all come together as one. For tomorrow, now we go make salute. Talking Point. Talking Point platform. For news every day, now we can't salute. For education, entertainment, political affairs, TV. We got enough Tanga one inside Sierra Leone, like a big quantity. We breeze not a shit, TV. Oh yeah. Talking Point platform. TTPTV. Oh yeah. Unale we pledge with love and loyalty to we sweet, sweet mama salute. Now we all come together as one. For tomorrow, now we go make salute. Talking Point platform. For news every day, now we can't salute. For education, entertainment, political affairs, TV. We got enough Tanga one inside Sierra Leone, like a big quantity. We breeze not a shit, TV. Talking Point platform, TTPTV. Oh yeah. Unale we pledge with love and loyalty to we sweet, sweet mama salute. Now we all come together as one. For tomorrow, now we gon' make salute. Talking Point platform for news every day. Now we country salute. For education, entertainment, political affairs, TTPTV. We got enough Tanga one inside Sierra Leone, like a big quantity. We breeze not a shit, TTPTV. Oh yeah, Talking Point platform, TTPTV. Oh yeah. Unale we pledge with love and loyalty to we sweet, sweet mama salute. Now we all come together as one. For tomorrow, now we gon' make salute.
Country slow, we want for no. Why not they grow? Yeah, hey bo, we want for no. We want for no. Wait make we country they go slow. Wait making all they grow. Yes so I can for sure. Yes I can for sure them thing them way they make we know they grow. Say now we they die from. If I they try for go before, I beg bo. Do ya not make us slow? No. If I try for raise the tempo, do ya not make am low? Yes so. If I try for go before, I beg bo. Do ya not make us slow? No. If I try for raise the tempo, do ya not make am low? Yes so. Before they do them thing now we go make we gladdy, thing now we go make we happy, thing now we go make we country laddie daddy. So we go live in unity. Yes so. Before they do them thing now we go make we gladdy, thing now we go make we happy, thing now we go make we country laddie daddy. So we go live in harmony. Yes so. Don't we for do them thing